Now let's go to 6:1 and let's look at the other thing, the other error. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. We've turned this on its head. First of all, your children are not yours. Children, obey the state, for this is right. We've even moved from that. Children, obey your feelings, for this is right. And then on top of that, we say, parents, obey your children's feelings, for this is right. So if Johnny comes to you and says that Johnny is now Susie, it is your job not to instruct Johnny that he's not Susie, but to instruct Susie that you affirm her as Susie. That's your job. Your job is to obey, to submit to what it is that your child says that he or she is. Sounds like the same twisted logic of the evangelical feminists. And it is. Parents, not only do you no longer have the duty and obligation, but it's being argued that you don't have the right to lead your children in this regard or in many others. In fact, it is seen as an act of abuse to do so. Verse 2, honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. Again, this is hugely problematic because the idea of children obeying their parents and children honoring their parents, this idea reeks of patriarchy. This idea reeks of hierarchy because it is patriarchy and it is hierarchy, but to the world that we're living in, this world gone mad, patriarchy and hierarchy are evil by definition. That it may go well with you and you may live long in the land. And then it gets worse. Look at verse 4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Now we've lost our ever-loving minds. Teach your children what to believe and teach your children how to behave. Essentially, that's what's said here. Parents, it's your job to teach your children what to believe and teach your children how to behave. And in the day and age in which we live, this is tantamount to child abuse. In the day and age in which we live, our job is to listen to our children and follow their instructions. Even if it leads them all the way to hell. And the only thing that you can do to be condemned in this regard is to tell them that the hell that they're headed for is hell. These are the battlegrounds. These are the battlegrounds. This is where the war is being fought. These are errors that are actually creeping in. And we have people who name the name of Christ who are beginning to parrot these things and who are beginning to condemn those who call it out, who say that there's just two sexes, there's just two genders, who say that marriage is between one man and one woman. A husband can't have a husband, a wife can't have a wife.